Hi everyone, here's my vlog about xenophobia and racism against immigrants. The case problem here was a rural high school where student population is 85% white and 10% Hispanic, mostly migrant students that come in the middle of the year. The school had a pretty good acceptance of each other prior to the presidential race in 2016. And then one day during fifth period English, a Hispanic student and a white student are arguing over Trump's political standpoints, and it comes to a point where the white student remarks that once Trump becomes president, you're going to get kicked out of the country, to the Hispanic student. The first question is, how do you diffuse the situation? And I think the first thing you do is kind of pull everyone aside, the two parties involved, and let them have a cool down period. You're not going to get through to these students when they're so angry and it's fresh on their chest. So pulling them aside and then having a conversation when they're calm in a few minutes is a good idea. And I would diffuse this by reminding the students that our country is a melting pot of people that have come to this country from all over, and that we have our government set up so that there's a system of checks and balances in place with regard to many things, but one of them being our immigration policies, and that we have many people in the government that will work to make sure that the people that are here are allowed to be here, and that's what makes our country great. We can use this moment to open a discussion about tolerance and acceptance, definitely. Reminding the students that there are, even within the school, within our country, there are many different kinds of cultures, customs, traditions, and family values, and accepting that is what helps us to be able to work together and be a stronger whole and a stronger country. All of those differences become our strengths when we embrace them. As a teacher, number 3, did we allow the situation to reach this point based on too little action over previous incidents? And I'm going to say no with that. I think that the time to teach these things is when something like this happens, because we have an opening where we're making a difference in a real situation versus contriving a story or just teaching a principle. When we have moments like this, they become teachable because they have meaning to those students. And I definitely don't think that the student should be punished for his statement. I think teaching is more important than punishing. And I think that the white student would walk away with a bad taste in his mouth versus having learned something if we're going to punish him. Instead, maybe give him a job, assigning him to help students and see the better way versus punishing. Thanks.